Hey everyone, it's Cameron back with a sales update video for the month of August. Had a pretty good month, a little bit worse than July, which was kind of surprising, just numbers wise, because usually July is just a really slow month with summer. You have the start of school in August, so sometimes that's not so great when it comes to sales, but I also know part of the reason my sales were lower was my own fault. Didn't go out as much to buy stuff and definitely didn't list as much as I should have. There is a correlation somehow with listing and having sales. So I was down 1%, which isn't really a lot. It's pretty much on pace for what July was, but would have liked to seen bigger numbers. My goal is to get to the point where on my normal months I can sell for 3,000 a month, and then maybe on like Q4 maybe have more pushing towards 4,000 or something like that. That's where I probably feel comfortable. So just to recap for any of you who have never seen these videos, I do this part-time, so I know the numbers aren't huge. There's a lot of people doing far greater than this, but this is what I'm able to do. I do work a full-time job and still do this on the side, and I'm able to make some pretty good money off that. With a limited time investment and inventory, I still am able to make some money that helps pay for rent, things like that. So as you can see, 25, 19, 25 is the total dollar amount. I usually offer free shipping, so obviously that's not all profit, and plus what I invested into that. I'd probably say after fees and everything, I'm probably somewhere around 50%. So I think this month I ended up around $1,300 or $1,400 was what I came out in versus what I paid this month. So that's pretty good. And then I saved some of that to pay for taxes and stuff as well. So not too bad, but let's just jump right in and see what sold. Here's my cat. May have messed with my mouse. There we go. Sorry about that. My cat was messing with the mouse cord. The first sale of the month is a North Face jacket, sold for $39.99. This one was purple. It was a really cool color. It was a Summit Series one, a bit of an older one. I know North Face isn't as popular as it used to be in the sense that you used to be able to pull really good money from that, but still able to get $39.99. I think I paid $10 for it, so I was happy with that. Another Vulcan ammo belt. I sell these all the time. I might have had one in every video so far, and that one sold for $13.99. I think I paid $2 for that. Some Webkinz charms. I had a bunch of these. These are one of the last bits that I have. I sold 4 of those for $13. Person did give good feedback, so that was cool. Garmin Forerunner. This was in one of my videos past couple months. I had paid $15 for this, I believe. It did sell for $48. They ended up returning it. It was after the 14-day period, but it was like 16 days. I still gave it to them. They paid the return shipping, so I have to relist that now. But it should still sell for around the same price. And it did work. They said it worked and everything. Her husband just didn't really want that. She had bought it for him for a birthday gift, so that's okay. Sometimes you gotta just deal with it if that stuff happens. These Webkinz actually went to the same person. This sale happened, and this sale happened, and then the Webkinz, she bought another set from me. Obviously, it didn't have this little yellow one here, but that sold for $8.99. So I think I got one more listing up of that. So those ones were all sealed. I bought them from a thrift store. Here's a crappy picture, but it's a PlayStation 1 game, Tekken 2, sold for $7. Not too bad. The littlest pet shop I had, I lowered him down to a super low price, just trying to move him. I probably wouldn't list him again. I'd just throw him in the lot, but he did sell for $6. If you don't mind the small game, you can sell some of the pet shops for $5, $6 a piece. It'll be slow to sell them all, but there you can sell them that way and make $1 or something after fees and shipping. So you can do that. Another Mitchell Garcia fishing reel. Definitely look out for fishing reels, especially if they're Mitch Garcia's in the box. This one's a really nice saltwater reel. Looks like it was used a little bit, but not too often. I had bought 2 of them, $5 a piece, the same exact reel. Sold the first one for $50 about in July, I think, and then sold this one for $50 as well. Here's a little transcriber for cassettes. Came with the pedal and the headphones. Everything worked. Paid $6 at Savers. Sold it for $40, and I think it shipped in a medium flat rate, so that wasn't too bad. Littlest Pet Shop, one of the better ones to look out for. So if you see the pet shops, look out for these dragons. There's a purple one, a pink one, I think a blue one. I want to say there's 3 or 4 of them. if you look up Littlest Pet Shop online, you can usually find the number that I have over here, the 2660. That helps because some people who are serious collectors, they know everything by number. So if you guys can find what the number is, include that in your listing. But I got 22 bucks for him. Here's a Patagonia jacket. This one is actually damaged right where the bottom of the jacket is. There's some black markings. I think I paid $1 for it. I knew there was some damage, didn't know if it would come out. It did not come out. I still sold it for 20 bucks. Probably made like 6 or 7, so that was okay. Some video games that I had bought, paid 20 bucks for a whole bunch of Game Boy and Nintendo games. Sold Zelda for 15. In that same lot I had Pokemon Soul Silver. Sold that for $80. These both sold within a day, so that was cool. Then I sold Pan Am Airlines fork. This was in a big lot of flatware I had bought, silver plated. I'm building up that set. You've probably seen it in one of my videos. I've got a couple of them where I bought a bunch of silver plated stuff. I always go through it just to make sure there's no silver in there or nothing crazy, or just no regular flatware that's not silver plated. Found this Pan Am Airlines one. Just one piece in there. There weren't a lot listed, but I listed this one for 10 bucks and it sold. Dooney and Burke bag. We had gotten these kind of given to us to sell. We sold all the other stuff for the person and we were allowed to have the rest. This Dooney and Burke one, it was used, sold it for $80. I don't know a ton about purses. Usually what I do if I am getting them, you want to make sure they're authentic if you can. This person had a lot of receipts for the other ones we sold, so we knew this one was probably legit too. And it looked really good quality. But you got to be careful because you don't want to get in trouble for selling fakes. But 80 bucks for that was pretty good. Another video game from that lot, Dr. Mario Puzzle League, sold for 11 bucks. This is a Nerf attachment that goes onto the Nerf gun. It doesn't sell for a lot, but it's something that I always sell every time I get it. So it's a quick listing, 2 pictures, and it sold for 7 bucks. So pretty easy. Georgetown Hoyas basketball jersey. It's by J Plus, which isn't necessarily the most sought after maker of athletic wear, but it has this big old Georgetown Bulldog on the front. Whoops. That guy just looks awesome. I knew just by that someone would want it, and it sold for 30 bucks. And I think it went to some vintage clothing shop. I think they bought it. They might be trying to resell it. I've sold to them before, so that was pretty cool. Paid $5 for that and sold it for 30. This was a Little Earth license plate with a Texas one. They make purses out of license plate. It was my friend's. It was used. Sorry, and then we ended up selling that for $105. Look out for those. Most of them don't go that much, but they do sell. Even used, you can sell them. Another PS2 Red Octane Guitar Hero receiver, just a receiver by itself, sold for 10 bucks. I had a video where I had a bunch of Christian books, not the one that I showed recently with all the VHSs, but a one further back. This was in there, and I sold that lot for $35. I had paid $50 for everything, so started working my way off of what I originally paid. New Super Mario Brothers, it sells for 10 bucks all day, so that was $1. And then let's see here, Zelda Ocarina of Time. Don't remember. Oh yeah, I bought these for 30 bucks from a lady at a garage sale. I asked if she had video games. She said yes. Her husband then said he didn't want to sell them, and then 5 minutes later came out with a bunch, and I sold all of them within a couple of days. This was one of them. Sold that for 25. Count Dooku lightsaber. This was $1, I think, from a garage sale. It did work. Sold it for 28 within a day. Got good feedback on it. Look out for old lightsabers. This one's obviously a cool one. It's Count Dooku's and it's kind of bent, so that had a little more value. But even some of the basic ones from 2001, if they work, still light up and make noise, you can still sell them. More of those video games. 32 bucks for Majora's Mask. 18 bucks for Banjo-Kazooie. 8 bucks for Jurassic Park here. Scrabble Deluxe. This particular one I always sell for 45 bucks. It takes a minute to sell. I do offer free shipping, so you can kind of get burnt on that depending on where it goes. This one went to New York. I think it cost me $18. Left me with, what, $27. Still okay because I paid like $3. But I like to sell them for 45 and just sit on them. A lot of people will take the brown tiles out and sell those and sell the board by itself. I don't want to deal with that. I just put it at 45. Even if it doesn't sell, I keep relisting, and then eventually someone picks it up. This is a Henkel's knife. I paid $3 for it. This is one of the really nice ones, not one of the cheap international ones. This one is super nice. It's large. I ended up taking the best offer of $31.99. I had it at 45 and then 42, and it sat there for a while, and the person offered me, and they lived in California, so I just took it and moved it, and that was pretty good. Also sold Star Fox from that same Nintendo 64 lot, $17. Sold Air Force Base hat for $13. I had like a quarter in this. I've had it for a while now. Already made all my money back on that hat lot. This is one of the last ones left. Got $13. Ships first class, pretty easy. A Tamagotchi, another one. I had paid $1 for this, I think. That sold for $25. Beavis and Butthead, $15 on the Sega Genesis. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, $12. I bought a bunch of fiction books, fantasy type stuff. Paid $10 for a whole bucket full. It was in one of my videos. I've been selling a lot of them this month. I think I had sold one previously, maybe in July, and I sold a ton of them. This month I'm down to only 3 or 4 sets left. This was one of them, sold for $12. 2 Naruto games, another crappy picture here. This is an older listing, obviously, but I got $8 for them. This was a cool sale. I was worried about it. It was from a seller who didn't have a lot of feedback. Not that that's a bad thing, but it was a pretty unique piece. I didn't want it to break and all that. Ended up taking a best offer of $65 on these glasses. I had paid $15, so I was happy at that price, and they offered that within a week of it being listed. I did ship it out. It's been there for quite a while now and haven't heard anything, so I'm assuming it went well. This is a 76ers dress jersey. I had it listed at $11.99. It didn't sell. Listed it again, and it sold within minutes of me relisting it, so that was kind of funny. But $12. I had paid $1 for it, so not too bad. Football season was coming, and I sold 2 Seahawks seat pads. These are the older Seahawks uniforms, really cool. I had paid 50 cents for both of them, sold them for 18. It ended up costing about $12 to ship them. I think they went to Florida or something, so it turned out to not be so great when it was all said and done, but at the same time, it was pretty cool to pick up something like this. I like sports stuff, and I like video game stuff. Even if I don't make a ton, I like selling it and hopefully finding a new home with someone will be happy with it. Another Genesis game, Mortal Kombat, sold for $10. Another Tamagotchi sold for $20. I had paid, I think, $3 actually for 4 of them, so now I've gotten $20, and that's $45 in Tamagotchi so far. These games I had lying around, these Guitar Hero ones, didn't even realize I had them. Found them in a box, put them together. They sold within a day, $13. So even though they're PS2 stuff still sells, even if it's not that rare. Obviously, Guitar Heroes, there's plenty of them out there, but someone's out there still playing it. So if you can get a lot of them, you can get $13. This was a Levi jacket. It was in one of my videos. It's got a black mark. You can actually see it right where my little hand is. Hopefully that shows up towards the bottom portion. It looks like it's almost oil that may have spilled on that. I'm not sure. I couldn't get it out at all. I did disclose that, but it still sold for $25. Another Dooney and Burke bag. Got $110 for this one. The funniest thing was someone offered me like $65, and then someone offered me $70. And I was like, well, if they take $75, I'll just take that. That's fine. And I was going to respond to him. I'm like, I'll do it when I get home. So I had multiple offers. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And then all of a sudden it sold for $110, so that was pretty cool. Cabbage Patch Kids, so happy to get rid of this. My son thought they were kind of scary. My wife didn't like them either. I had paid $10. You can see there's a lot of damage here. There's a crease here, a crease here. This whole plastic sheet actually falls down. It doesn't actually hold up. But they were still new in the box in the sense that they hadn't been pulled out yet. I sold it locally, not locally, but relatively close to me, so shipping was super cheap. I think like $9 or something, and I got $60 for it, so I was happy to get rid of those. Erotica Poker, I think I paid $5 for this. I had it listed at $50, then $45. Then I dropped down to $42. I was like, I just want to get rid of this thing, and I got $42 for it. It was sealed. That was awesome. One of my favorite sales of the month, even though it wasn't that great number-wise, it's just a super cool asymmetrical Cubs shirt. It's got the red with the Cubs logo on one side and the rest is blue. Paid $1 if it's at the thrift store. It was definitely used, but I knew, especially the way the Cubs are playing this year, someone was going to see this, 90s Cubs shirt and want to get it to wear it to a game or to support the team. Sold within a couple weeks, but it did sell. Got good feedback. The person thought it was awesome, so I was happy with that. It's always cool to find something unique like that, and hopefully that person's going to a game or something, and they'll be out there supporting the team. Another My Little Pony. This is one of the last ones that I had of the original lot. Got $25 for Diamond Tiara. Couldn't find her. I put her in a box that I was bringing out to the garage where all the eBay stuff is shelved, and I ended up just leaving her in the box with some other stuff instead of putting her where I put all the other My Little Ponies and little toys. Couldn't find her. Thought for sure I accidentally packed her up with some other sales I had. Was about to cancel the listing. I said, let me check one more spot, and sure enough, she was sitting at the bottom of this box covered by some leap pad stuff. So was glad to find her. $25. Awesome. My Little Ponies, definitely look out for them. Let's check the next one here. We're on August 20th. I know it's 16 minutes in. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. This was a Teddy Ruxpin vest. I bought all the Teddy Ruxpin stuff for $40, I believe. Sold the books, sold the cord, and then I ended up selling this for $8. I still have the two Teddy Ruxpin and Grubby. They just don't work. That's why I pieced all the clothes out, because I figured if someone will pay me $8 for this, I have $0 invested at this point. So that was pretty good. This is a lot of books from that Christian book lot I had bought. These were in there. Same one that I had sold for $35. I ended up getting these ones. There were 52 of them as the complete set. Sold those for $100. Actually, this happened while I was out garage selling, so that was pretty cool to get the cha-ching while I was coming back from a garage sale. This is another Christmas house from that set. Took a best offer of $45 on this, and it's shipped for like $13 or $14. Still pretty good, and I've already made a ton of money off the Christmas stuff. So another reason why you should have Christmas stuff listed. I don't care if it's not November or October. I've sold more Christmas stuff so this year compared to last year around before Christmas time. I've sold more this summer. Even though I've had stuff, it seems like during the summertime people are looking for it and they're buying. So another North Face jacket. This was one of mine that I had. I had bought it at a garage sale a long time ago. It was really good shape. I have other jackets now. It's not something I'm ever going to wear, plus it's never cold enough. Sold that for $27. My wife had bought a bunch of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. This was in a video. I wasn't sure if it was a great deal, but definitely turned out to be. This was one of those ones that sold. It was 2 mugs. We paid $80 for everything. These sold for $50 alone. Shipped them. Haven't heard anything. It's been over 2 weeks now, so I'm assuming they arrived safely. Finally sold these Mr. Potato Heads. It ended up costing $22 to ship. I paid $5, so the money was there. Would I pick them up again? Yeah, I probably would, because I have a hard time not if I know it can sell, but it was kind of a hassle. It took a long time to sell. It took months. I had to keep adjusting the price. There's not a ton of money in there, and the biggest thing is the actual weight and size of all this. It just is not really convenient to ship. I shoved everything in a large board game box, and then had a separate shipment in a padded flat rate for some of the small stuff. So that's why it ended up costing me $22 or $23. So not really that great if you're only selling it for $60, and you might not get it for $5 like I did. So if you got it for $5, yeah, it's probably worth it. But people that size lot probably would want more, and it probably wouldn't be worth it. A Rolly kit here. Paid $5 for this. Sold it for $30. That ended up shipping for I think for $15. So wasn't a great deal. If I would have redone this, I would have actually had the buyer pay shipping. They do sell for $30. A lot of them have sold that price. They are pretty heavy though, and if the buyer paid shipping, I might have been able to. If I got it a little cheaper, it might have still been worth it. But I didn't lose money. Got all my money back. Made a little bit, but honestly, it wasn't the greatest buy. This was a good buy though. These were the Signing Time DVDs. I had bought 11 of them. I actually bought 12 at like $2 a piece and sold them for $89.99. One of them in there, I didn't realize there was actually a crack in the disc. There weren't that many scratches, but in the center there was a crack. It wouldn't actually work, so I lost a little bit on that one. But for $89.99, you can't beat what I got for all those. This jacket here, I ended up selling this for I think $47. It was a weird offer on the price, but I figured it was worth it. I had paid 12, so paid up for it. Actually, it was 12 with 30% off, so I paid up, still paid up for it, but got 47. Definitely would pick up this brand, Swandry or Swandry or whatever it is. It's a cool Ranger-looking outdoorsy jackets that they have, so be on the lookout for those. Tetris game sold for $6. Not a great sale, but you can pick those up usually for a quarter, so I'll make $2 or $3. Those book lots I said I sold a lot this month. Here they start to come right now. This Robin Hobb one sold for $23. That was 3 hardcover books. PS2 Jack number 2 and 3 sold for $11. Stormlight Brandon Sanderson book set sold those for $24. This was the big sale of the month. This also came from that Nightmare Before Christmas set. The lady went back and forth with me. She was interested. She offered me like $120 or something. Then she said $150 was the best she would do. I wasn't sure what I wanted. You know, there weren't any real that had been sold. Someone was trying to sell a similar one, but not of Jack. And they want $350, I think. And I just talked to my wife, and we said, hey, we could really use the money to sell it. Let's get rid of it. So we ended up saying, if you'll do $160, we'll ship it to you. That would cover the shipping costs, and we'd still make $150. She said yes. Then as I'm shipping it, I realized I didn't describe that one of these little skulls is missing. It's in the picture, and it's clearly there. There's a picture that I showed it missing, but my listing, it said it has wear, there's some scratches, but it didn't specifically say that. And I was like, oh, shoot, Cameron, you messed up. I messaged the lady, I said, hey, let me cancel it. She said, no, I still want it. And I said, how about I give you $20 refund? And she's like, okay. And she said she was going to go out and try to find another skull, see if she could find one online and order it and tie it to the thing. Because the silver string's still there. You just have to tie it back on. Shipped it out to her. It's been 17 days now. I don't know, something like that. Still haven't heard anything. I didn't get good feedback, but I haven't heard anything. So I'm going to assume it's okay. That was $160, so that was awesome. More books from that same lot. I paid 10, so as you can see, that lot ended up being pretty good. You have 2 Tad Williams. These went to the same guy. He bought them at the same time. $23 and $24, so that was awesome. Another My Little Pony. This was Generation 1. Bought these from Goodwill, a bag of them for $10. Knew they were the old school ones when I got them. This one sold for $15, so I already started to make my money back. Let's see. Oh, then SingStar here. Bought a PS2 a while back. I don't think it was in the video. I think it was before I started doing videos again. Paid $15 for it. PS2 with some other games. Took all the SingStar stuff. Sold that for $30. Would have got a little more, but I was missing the receiver for SingStar. Had I had it, that would have helped a lot. Pokemon Pearl. This came in a lot of video game stuff I bought. Paid $15. Sold this for $22. This Bible sale, it does show up here, but it didn't actually. It sold, and then she ended up wanting a return or to cancel the sale. So it did sell for $23, but I guess she thought it was the one her grandma used to have, but it turns out that it wasn't. Oops. Oh, jeez. My mouse is messing up. Oh, what's going on? Let's try to get back down. Sorry about that. My wireless mouse is kind of going crazy. Okay, so Grumpy's shirt. This is like a mechanic looking shirt. I paid $5 for this. Wasn't sure if it was going to sell, but someone bought it, messaged me and said, hey, can you ship it out right away? It's a birthday present. They've been looking all over for this shirt, but couldn't find the XXL one. Online, there's extra large, there's large, but no XXL. They bought it for $35, gave me good feedback, was awesome. And it was cool to know that someone was looking for it and got it for a birthday gift. Here's that. Gosh, this mouse is just, maybe the batteries are going dead. It's a Nintendo DS Lite Legend of Zelda one. The funniest thing about this was when I bought it, didn't realize it was the Zelda version because they had a sticker across the front. I think I told the story. Paid $15 or $20 and just kind of stored it away with some games. And I finally got out to get around to it. it's the Zelda version. So even though the games weren't worth a whole lot, I ended up getting $70 for that alone, which was awesome. Cheshire Cat, paid $2 for this at the thrift store. It was a pillow pet from Disneyland, sold for $28. Got good feedback. Masterpiece board game. These board games usually sell. This one had sealed parts inside, but the box was not sealed, and it did have writing on it. It sold for $40. Value Tales. This came out of that other Christian book lot that I had. There were 18 of them, sold them for $40. They had a lot of wear. Probably could have got more like 50 or 60 for these had they not had as much damage as they had, but still sold them. Donkey Kong sold for $7. I think I showed this in a video. It was a Baby Steps Disney book for a newborn to kind of track their memories and stuff. It looked brand new. It has the cover on that. There was one page there that I didn't check when I was in the store, and it had writing. It had the weight of the baby on there, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? This is brand new." I told my wife, I'm like, "Can you just white it out and let's see how it looks?" And she did, and it didn't look bad, but it didn't look great either. You could obviously see that it had been white out was on it. They were going for 30 or $35, brand new, some of them, and I'm like, well, I don't want to just toss it. I paid $3 for it. I listed it for 23. I did describe that there was some writing there. It's been white out's been put on it, but the rest of the pages are clean. Person got it and told me it's brand new. That's what the feedback was. Item was brand new, and I was like, wow, pretty cool. So even though in that case it could have been easy just to, oh well, that was a bust. The fact that it had a little writing, I'd put a little white out there and I disclosed that and I dropped the price down, someone still wanted that. So definitely keep an eye for things like that. Even if it's damaged or might not be in pristine condition, there might be someone for a cheaper price who's willing to pay for it. These Bibles here also came from that Christian book lot. That's this month. It was just great for that lot. Everything started selling. $40 for these giant print Bible ones. There were 3 volumes. There were actually more in the whole set that they made, but I only had 3. Got $40 for those. These came out of those video game lots. Metroid Zero Mission's a bit of a harder to find one. That one went for $29. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga went for $17. These Lucky Star anime books, paid $5 for the 6 of them. They sold for $45. The guy was a real kind of pain with them, to be honest. I need all these pictures, and there was plenty of pictures there showing that there was wear to them. They were used, and I even said in the listing they're used. They have some wear. There's some discoloration on some of the pages, some scuff into the covers. All this stuff about them. They're a used, not a collector's condition. And he kept asking me all these questions about them, and I guess that's okay. Obviously, he wanted to know what he was getting, but I felt like it was really described there. Sent him extra pictures and told him, honestly, it seems like, I even said in the message, it seems like they are not what you're looking for based on the condition that you want them to be. Because he's saying, I need to buy these, but I only buy them if they're in good shape. So I sent the picture and said, honestly, I don't think they're in that kind of shape. Then he bought them instantly. I shipped them out to him, but he messaged me yesterday and said they haven't arrived yet. I haven't, the tracking on it doesn't show anything. It shows that it printed the label, but nothing else. So I don't know what happened. I'm going to have to call the post office and see what's going on. Obviously, I paid for tracking. I don't know why it hasn't updated. I might just have to refund them and eat it, which kind of sucks, but what can you do? So if they do arrive, that'd be great, but it seems like that sale might not really count when it's all said and done. And the last 2 sales of the month, Ink paid $5 for this HP 5657 Ink, sold for $24 within a day. And then I sold this Pass Out drinking board game. It was sealed. Bought at a thrift store for like $3 a while ago. It sold internationally though. It actually went through the global shipping program. So it only cost like, I think, $10 to ship it to Kentucky or something like that. So to where the global shipping thing is. So that wasn't too bad. I made a little bit of money on that. So that's the sales for this month, guys. I'm sorry for kind of talking too long and jibber-jabbing about stuff, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Just trying to give you guys the perspective of what I've actually sold. I know I buy a lot of stuff, and sometimes stuff sells right away. Like the ink here, that sold right away. Some of the video game stuff. When I get Polaroids, they usually sell. And it's awesome when you buy something that sells the day after you list it. Not much better than that. But I want to give you guys an idea of what you can actually do. And, sometimes I have to wait for stuff to sell too. and that's just a part of what the demand is for the item. It doesn't mean it's a bad buy. It's just a longer tail item, and you got to find the right buyer and sometimes adjust the price and get it figured out. So there is money to be made, guys. Keep it up. I hope you guys are all doing well. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. And if you're having any luck out there, or you want something, you know, a boatload for us to look out for, let me know. Or if you're making your own videos, I try to track, you know, all my subscribers and see if they're making them and become a subscriber. But if I have not and you are making them, send me a message. I'd love to watch your videos because we can all help each other. And you know, if I can advertise your guys' videos as well, you know, maybe I'll make a video where I kind of put some market some of your guys' stuff out there so people will come to your channel too and check it out. Again, hope you're all doing well. I do have a haul video for this weekend. I know I didn't have one last weekend, but I didn't get to go out much, so it's a combined haul. Hopefully I'll have it up Monday or Tuesday. All right, guys, take care.